after a successful event. Probably one of the biggest events that we have had in BWDU. But I want to address a few things, and that things are getting a little out of hand recently. You see, you fans may know that we haven't been uploading as much. We have been a bit rocky on schedule lately, but we can tell you from now on, that's not going to happen. You see, what was going on with the old BW guys being there, we were going to have, the original plan was going to be BEW versus BWDU. Kind of like FWA versus ETW, but unfortunately things didn't work out. The reason why things didn't work out is because we have people that have been unloyal. You see, we came back because we wanted to change. We came back because we wanted to destroy. We wanted to conquer, and we wanted to earn all of the fans' respect, and we have wanted that ever since we have come back. And we may have had a few bumps on the road, we may have had some people that left on us, but we can promise you this: from here on out, there will be no more fat slobs that can't wrestle if their life depended on it and expect to get paid when they can't even do good of a job. You damn know who I'm talking about. But also, a couple of other things. You may have known that we have come back stronger than ever. We have got new recruits to BWDU that are actually keen and want to do this because this is what they love. Not because they feel like they have to be forced on it and ignore the goddamn fucking management. And that also reminds me, I've noticed recently there've been some debates on the community about wrestling on one of these. Well, let me tell you something from perspective of mine. See, this community has definitely changed. Back when it first started, back when it was in those VHS tapes, that era, everybody got along. Everybody just wanted to wrestle for the sake of it. But now all of a sudden, if you wrestle on one of these, if you wrestle on a mattress, apparently you get shit on for it. Because apparently for backyard wrestling, you have to wrestle in a ring. Well, let me tell you something. I've been bagged on for wrestling on a trampoline from a lot of people, but they don't know what I had to go through to get to where I am today. You see, 3 years ago now, surprisingly, 3 years ago, I almost quit. I was almost done for this. I didn't have the passion for this anymore. Honestly, this is going to be me breaking kayfabe, but if it weren't for Striker, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now, thank you for that. But the thing is, I came back, and I came back stronger than I ever did, becoming the inaugural BWDU World Champion, debuting in ETW, making a name for myself in Wrestling Zero, and even winning the UPW International Championship, and at least putting some relevancy on that ever since it shut down, unfortunately. But here's the thing, you apparently get bagged on for not wrestling in a ring. Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what you wrestle on. It doesn't matter what your ability is. You come on this industry, you come in this community to learn your craft, to learn what you are capable of, and to test your limits. And that is exactly what I did and what I've worked my ass off to do in the past 3 years. And have a look at me now. I wrestled one of the best in the industry in my first ever match in a pro wrestling ring against Ace Shack, 3-time MXW Pro Wrestling Ascend champion. And I gotta say, it may not be a 7-star Copper Dragon match, and it may not be a 5-star Dave Meltzer, but I at least proved to everyone that even trampoline guys can have what it takes when they step in the ring and learn from the best. You see, I learned from some of the best in this country. I learned from the best in each goddamn industry. I learned my craft. I learned what I am capable of, and I learned to be the person that I am today. And honestly, BWDU this year, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. Let me tell you that for sure. You see, this year's definitely gonna be something. 2024 was my biggest year yet. You see, I am the reason why Australian backyard wrestling is still around. And yes, that may be my ego getting ahead of me, but look at the statistics. Look at the results. Look at how I enhanced throughout this year. I've went to the companies, the federations that I had to go to test my limits. And that's exactly what I did. And have a look at me now. Triple world champ. If I told myself 3 years ago that I'd be a triple world champ, that I'd be wrestling for ETW, that I would be wrestling an MXW pro wrestler, and that I'd be wrestling to get paid thanks to Wrestling Zero, I wouldn't believe it. But things that are impossible can be possible. You see, I have made this BWDU championship the most relevant thing in the Australian backyard wrestling industry. You see, I have defended this alongsst the likes of Ashak, Striker, Yoshimatsu Matsuda, Days, Mr. Thief. There's many more on the list that I can't even name of because I've defended this too many times to count. And all I'm saying is that 2025, it's going to be our biggest year yet. We are back on schedule. We are back on the road. And we are back with fresh blood to go up against. So everybody, stay tuned for 2025 because the 1 year spectacular, our next event, will be coming very, very, very soon. So everyone, stay tuned and watch as I enhance my career more and watch as BWDU enhances to be the biggest backyard wrestling federation in Australia.
Just open up like a page in a book.